Hey guys, it's old folks. So I've been doing a little series on what do I do every day, or what should I be doing, or things like doing your team raids in the world with your raid monsters. Obviously, want to make sure you're getting those done. I've got a little video on that. Today, I want to talk about how should I be progressing. What should I be doing as I'm getting closer and closer to the end of the game. Now, the end of the game is not a quick journey. Levels get exponentially harder. The experience required is going to take weeks to grind instead of days to grind. Even if you're using gems to level up faster but with more stamina. I think it took me almost a month getting from 85 to 86 with no gems. I just wanted to see what would happen if I used no gems, and I mean, it took forever. And so what you want to think about, though, is okay, I'm progressing, and really you want to have this nailed down by around level 40, and especially by level 60 and by 80 you really need to be focused. So what we always talk about is, what is the team that you're going to really be aiming towards? Now, you can change that up as you go. Obviously, as you get into the higher level 80s, you're going to have a lot more, I hate to say the word, free time on your hand as you're just grinding through the experience day after day after day with your stamina. What's your end goal? What are the teams that you're focused on? And it's something where you really need to have a good 1 to 3 teams kind of hammered down. Obviously, you've got your one team that you know that you want, and then your second team, which is your other option, and then your third team's kind of your backup. And so you might say, well, this is kind of like Hero Brawl, right? And I say, kind of. I can throw anybody in Hero Brawl and make a team. It may not be beautiful, but I can make a team. So for me, when I come over here to my arena and I look at the team that I have, this is a team that is functional for now. And I use that term for now. What's going to happen is when you hit that final end stage of level 89, level 90, and you do your celebratory dance in front of the camera and you brag to your friends and everybody's happy, the big question then comes, what am I going to really use as a team to try and maximize my success in the arena, my success in Hero Brawls, my success when I'm out fighting the Throne Wars? And so, you're really going to have to look at how your team composition works together. I posted a video how this team did really good at 30,000 points behind, and that doesn't always happen. Sometimes people are just like, I want to throw a team out there and I don't really care how it works. One of the guys on the YouTube page, Dindo, asked, what about physical teams? Physical teams are great, and it's just, can you build a composition that works well? Is it something that's going to run smoothly? Is it something that's more than just a couple of guys that all do 80 damage? And I posted a team I've seen kicked around for a while, of this idea of Wreck. Now, Wreck obviously is a great guy. You couldn't get Soul Stones, now you can, so there's a chance of 5-star and beyond. Putting him with Grunk, Gridlock, Spar, and York. Obviously, if you know anything about this team, it's all about stacking damage, because Gridlock adds damage to your team, York adds damage to your team, Spar adds damage to your team. So you're getting all these guys adding damage to your team, which is just pumping their damage through the roof. You've got a tanky Grunk, which is phenomenal, especially Awoken. A tanky York, which is phenomenal, almost as a tank upon awakening. I mean, it just gets disgustingly sick. But if you don't know that, and if you don't plan for that, you're going to come down the road and go, man, I wish I had something, and suddenly you've got to take a character from level 5, level 1, maybe no stars, all the way up to level 90. It's going to take a ton of experience. It's going to take a ton of stamina. It's going to take a ton of runes. And you're like, oh man, now I'm like another 3 weeks behind for just one character. So really kind of plan them out. You're going to see, and if I go here to the rankings, and I look at this team here, this team is not a bad team by any means. But the real question is this going to be an in-game team? And right now, it's pretty good. But we're going to see it kind of start to stop drop off some against other teams that don't run legendaries, that are all awoken and that have been built around each other. You know, it's one of those things that we start to see where, okay, I bought legendaries, starts to break down because they don't have an awakening skill. You know, I've always talked about Kaiser with my guildmates, and they're like, why do you love this guy? I'm like, because once he's awoken, and once he has his captain skill, the dude becomes a beast. And the only time that I really have to worry then is when I run into somebody that actually knows how the game works, and is running something like a, where's it at here? The True Strike, so that when somebody's dodging, well, what does that mean? That means they're either going to run Baggins, or they're going to run Jolie, or they're going to run Syzos. The majority of people don't run Jolie in the arena in-game, because she's not any good since her chains that they made. Baggins, you'll see in the arena. He's not as common until way later, but you'll see him in the arena. And so smart guys going to have leveled this up. And Syzos, again, going to be one of those things that guys have bought. If you have him, great. It shuts down the Kaiser team real quick. But you got to know that. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where, sorry, my watch is letting me know I got a phone call. You know, where you gotta be able to build a team and think about it, and you really gotta start drilling in. So for me, you know, when I look at my team here, you know, Gerber's at the top. I'm gonna put some points into him because he's a great tank now, but he's not my in-game tank for right now. You know, here I am with Kaiser. I'm still leveling him up. Got him +4. I'm working on orange with him. Ruby's always going to be a great one for me. My Mirror's going to be a great one for me. My Grunk, my Sebastian. I want to use Murphy. I want to use my Arya. And so I've got my team that I'm keeping up near the top, and then I'm leveling and I'm working on. I've got a few others down here that obviously I'm doing the same thing for with Teresa and Diocan. I've got a second team that I built that will function well as a magic team. And since Pagani's release, I've used Pagani. How she's going to work out in-game, I'm not sure yet, but I'm still going to use her. I'm going to use York. So I've got York up here, and I'm slowly working through his soul stones. You know, I kind of swap off between up here, Gerber and him. You know, I'm doing that. Candy's my little secret in the bush thing. Nobody really, you know, sees her a lot, but I'm slowly building up on hers. You know, that's where I'm sending it. Will I get to Gridlock? Yeah, at some point I will. Where's Gridlock at? He's down here at level 40. So I've got a ways to go. Someone said, well, you mentioned Spar. How's your Spar coming? I go, well, he's at 50. You know, he's not there yet. What am I doing? I'm trying to finish off Jacob up here for 5 stars. And then once he's 5 stars, I'm done with him and I'm going straight to Spar. Because I want to finish that up. I want to have him on my team. I'm a little late on some of these characters, and even knowing what I know, that's kind of hurt me, you know. So it is one of those things where it's like, okay, you know, what are you going to do? So in the end, you know, that's the nature of the beast. There's only so many things I can do. I'm 15 away from him, so and then I'm done with him. So start to plan out your team. Do some research. Look for teams that are going to work well together. You'll see these teams that don't have tanks that do well. Go out, search the web. There's a team builder. You can look at the top teams. You can take it so that there's no paid-for characters and see how that works out. But just kind of do some research and then start to plan your team so you don't get to level 90 and realize I've got 3 or 4 characters. I need to level up. Now I've got an even longer time to get there. Because the game should be fun. If you got any questions or thoughts or comments, maybe some of your favorite teams that you like, drop them here. Let us know. Share them with other people. I know we all enjoy it. Thanks for watching, guys.